Hello, it is me again, back with another jump start. I'm ready to go into the new year. No, Nonstop November. All right, so it's day 14. How are you guys doing? I'm doing okay. I still feel like caca, but less than caca, warmed over and served straight. It's been a busy day for me. I hope you have been doing well. So I was thinking about, what do I got to talk about? So of course yesterday I talked about dealing with adult children, and I'm really at a really bad place in my head, which is funny because my church has been doing a women's group Bible study, and we're doing it based on this book, and it's called Total Forgiveness. Now, I just started coming to the class just to support, because as far as I was concerned, I don't have any unforgiveness in my heart, you know. So this is a book. It's called Total Forgiveness. If you're interested, is by R.T. Kendall. And here it says, when everything in you wants to hold a grudge, point a finger, and remember the pain, God wants you to lay it all aside. And I went to the class last night very angry, and I was like, I don't want anyone telling me I need to forgive. I'm very upset. I just don't want anyone to tell me that right now, because I just don't. So I was very, very much the person with my arms crossed, and I was just there being a seat warmer. But of course, you know that when you get somewhere, that there's probably some nuggets of information that you need to walk away from. So I wasn't completely unreceptive. However, I just didn't want someone to be dismissive and tell me that I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be sad, I shouldn't be upset, and all that stuff. I needed to sit in my feelings for a minute, because that's what I needed to do. So I haven't read this particular chapter. I'm going to, because I'm behind. But this the third chapter was the way my pastor titled it was fake forgiveness, and pretty much that saying about you're not being a forgiving person if you're still holding on to a grudge, or you've got your forgiveness with conditions, like I'm going to forgive you. However, if you do it to me, I'm going to throw it in your face, that kind of thing. And really about you're not really forgiving the person. So I'm just surmising what, she talked about. And again, I was really in my feelings last night. So, I got some okay sleep, and I'm feeling less upset about it. However, I'm still upset, so it is what it is. I'm human, and I'm still a work in progress. So that's on that. And then I wanted to tell you guys, I had done a video that I was never able to upload, and so I figured, let me just do it now for Nonstop November. So for those of you who do not know, or who are new to my channel, I am born and raised in New York. I'm a native New Yorker, but I was a ward of the state of New York State. I was a foster child, and I was a foster child up until I was 12, and I got adopted. I had been placed in foster care at 9 months old. I'm one of the lucky ones. I was placed in one home and was adopted in that home, and then when I left home, I was 17, went into the military. So it's the only family I've ever known. Up until a couple of years ago, I had really no desire to find my biological family, because I figured that I was placed in adoption under less than desirable situations, and that, I'm really sensitive to the fact that I may have not been me trying to find somebody may not be something that they want. So, After my adopted mom passed away, my children, namely my son Jacob, was wondering, where is he from? And I really didn't have anything to tell him. So I did try to find some information, but New York State is a state that is very much into the privacy of the biological parents. It's a very hard state to get information. However, I already had information because, like I said, I was a ward of the state, and so my adoptive mother knew information that I may not have otherwise known if I was just placed with a adoptive family. Because during the time I was in foster care, I don't have any memory of it, but I did see my birth mother a couple of times. So, there was, I think at one point, reunification, maybe kinship care, because my birth mother was a minor. However, that never happened. So when the state always tries to do reunification of the family, and when that doesn't happen, then the child is open for adoption. So I then decided about October that I would try again, but this time I would hire an investigative company to see if they could help me find information, mainly because for me, I wanted to find medical stuff, which is funny since today I spent my afternoon getting medical tests done, just normal female stuff. And I've always had to say I don't know what my family history is. So and then also I wanted to kind of just say, well, I really did all I could, and I either have information or I don't. So one of the things that they did is they, went to the New York State Health Department, and I gathered some information. I had talked about this before, but it's just, I'll just do it again. So there's really not much that they gave me. So they have what they call is non-identifying information. So based on the information they have on the mother and the father. So it says, concerning the birth parents at the time of the adoptee's birth, the age of the mother was 15, the father not reported. The nationality of the mother is United States, father not reported. Ethnic background not reported on either side. And race for the mother and the father not reported on each background. So as far as physical appearance of weight, height, hair color, skin, anything else, not reported on either the mother or the father. However, for religion, my birth mother was Catholic, and father, really nothing reported as far as occupation or anything like that. Education. So I was told that based on the information, I was born at 6:21 p.m. No health history was reported by the mother or the father. And then it says here, facts and circumstances related to the nature and cause of your adoption. Your father abandoned your mother prior to your birth. Your mother was young and not married when you were born. Your mother signed a voluntary surrender of her parental rights for the purpose of adoption. She did not name your father, and the adoption was handled through Louise Wise Services, which is no longer in business, and the agency has been asked to share with you any additional non-identifying information on their records. So that's all I have. And then it says that this information is extremely confidential, and then but this is not information I did not already know. It did say that my application for identifying information remains on file pending to the registration of your birth mother or any siblings who may register. Please continue to keep the adoption registry informed of any change of address. You do not need to complete any additional registration forms. So what that means is I'm in a registry, and if anyone wants to find me, I'm available to be found. So that's it. So I don't have any expectations on it. I am cautiously optimistic. It would be nice to have some information, but I would not be surprised if I don't get very, record keeping back in the 70s was not good. And, let's face it, she would be 63 And so I probably have a life and a whole other family. You know, maybe I have never been mentioned. That's possible. So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. So I will keep you abreast of it. And that's all I have for that. And yeah, so if you've read this book or you think you might need this book, here it is, R.T. Kendall, Total Forgiveness. So I will be reading it. And that's all I got. I am sounding better, even if I'm not feeling 100%. I'm feeling I don't feel well enough to go work out. I feel like I should stay home another day, just because sometimes when you think you're feeling good, you do too much and then it's a setback. So I'm just going to continue to eat some soup and drink my water and get my vitamin C and rest. So that's all I got. So Nonstop November. Take care of yourself and each other. I'm going to come up with a topic tomorrow and maybe something we can kind of talk about in the comments. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Have a good, hump day. Have a good one. Bye.